You can make your Dell S3220DGF look almost like the Samsung Odyssey G7. Hi friends, welcome to Viktors Reality. Today I'm going to show you what you can do in the Nvidia Control Panel to make your Dell S3220DGF look almost like the Samsung Odyssey G7 in contrast and color power. So all you got to do first is go to the Nvidia Control Panel, right click, you can see it right there, click on it, and right under resolution, click on the Adjust Desktop Color Settings, and 1, you can see your display, and 2, choose how the color is set. Default is Other Applications Control Settings. Click on Use NVIDIA Settings, and as you can see right there, there is the brightness, the contrast, the gamma, and the digital vibrance and the hue. Now what I usually do, just plus 47 on the brightness, plus 60 on the contrast, and plus 60 on digital vibrance. And you can go higher or lower. I wouldn't recommend going too high just because it'll make everything super fake. You can't do more than what the panel allows. So just keep it in this ballpark and look at these pictures and videos coming up. You can see with this picture right here, the Samsung Odyssey G7 looks amazing with its contrast power. And look at the default S3220DGF compared to the Nvidia control settings. The Nvidia control settings make it look a lot nicer. Here you can see with the basketball hoop, look at the color. It just pops out on the Odyssey, but again, you're paying twice as much, and the S3220DGF from Dell, it has an amazing picture and it's an amazing buy when you compare it to the bigger guys out there. And also with the black equalizer, as you can see on this mountaintop, the G7 is a little bit crushed. This is on black equalizer 13 on the cinema display. On cinema with the Odyssey G7, the default is black equalizer 13, 10 being default. You don't want to go too high because then you'll crush everything, and it'll give you a lot more contrast, of course, but it'll crush everything. It's an unusable picture. For this video, I just selected cinema as it's an easy, just select it on the monitor, and that's it, and it's good to go. It's on black equalizer 13, just so you're aware, but you can, in the user settings, set it to 10. It won't have any dark crush in the picture if you select it at 10. But I just wanted to show the contrast power with the Dell. It looks amazing and it looks very close to the Samsung Odyssey G7. Here with the PlayStation, now you can see it, the default on the S3220DGF looks washed, it looks really dull, but you just add a little bit of contrast and look, it's comparable to the Samsung Odyssey. And with this Nvidia control fix, you can do this with an IPS panel. You'll even get better results with an IPS panel just because the IPS panel technology, the contrast can't achieve even at default S3220DGF settings. Apply the same rule to your IPS panel right now that you're watching this on, and you'll see similar results, and it'll improve your picture greatly. Here with the city skyline, as you can see, on default it is dull on the Dell, but look at the Nvidia control panel. It does make a tremendous difference. Now again, we won't be able to compete. You know, the Dell can't compete with the G7's VA panel speed. That's just a whole nother video. That's a whole nother subject. I'm just talking here contrast, picture power with the colors. It's a 95 DCI-P3 on the G7 versus the 90 DCI-P3 on the Dell S3220DGF. There is only so much we can do through software. The Dell can't achieve G7 natural display technology. But as you can see in software, we can get very close to it. And you're not missing out on much, as you can see for yourself. It's not like you got to run and buy the G7 just because you want a better panel, just because you want more picture, just because you want more color. As you can see, the Dell has enough color and it can handle it. It's just that the panel speed with the VA panel technology speed on the G7 is just a whole nother world. It is faster, and that will be for another video. With this video right here with the highway, it is oversaturated. It's really colorful, but I put it here. I just wanted to show you on default versus Nvidia control panel on the S3220DGF. Look how much more color you can get just by applying these settings through software. Now for the next couple of pictures, I have the S3220DGF default on the left and with the Nvidia control panels on the right. And then I'll have the Samsung Odyssey G7 again on the left with the S3220DGF. On the right, with its corresponding settings up top, you can see everything is displayed, so you can see what you're looking at and what you can do and apply and change in your own settings to get similar results. Now the black equalizer on the Dell, I always leave it on 0 because that will give me the most contrast. The higher you go on the Dell, the more information you'll be able to see, but the contrast is not going to be there. So I want the most contrast picture punch on my panel. But again, everyone can always change this. All these settings here, you can go lower, you can go higher. A lot of people don't like so much contrast. These are my personal settings, And I'd rather have my monitor be able to produce these kinds of pictures than not be able to. It's amazing with the G7, you don't have to do anything through the Nvidia Control Panel, as the cinema picture preset just looks amazing. You can tone down the contrast a bit if you think there's too much crush in certain scenes. Again, keep it at 10, it would look amazing. But again, this is just simply put it on cinema, go ahead and game. You don't have to mess around with anything. And it's just that the Dell is limited through its monitor menu with all the settings, but at least we can do it through software to get it close to the G7. Also, the other problem is through consoles, you won't be able to do these kinds of fixes through consoles, meaning when you play an Xbox or a PlayStation on the G7, it looks amazing. It looks like a QLED TV. You don't have to change anything. Just keep it on cinema or use your preset yourself how you want it. It's going to look beautiful just like a TV. The problem with the Dell is it's made for PC, not for consoles. While you can get similar results through the Xbox example, I select PC RGB. People say, don't do that, it's going to crush the dark scenes. I need contrast. It's the only thing that you can get more contrast on your Xbox One, Xbox One X, even the Series X coming out. Put it on PC RGB. I mean, you can try it for yourself if you have this monitor. Connect it to your Xbox, keep it on standard, or do it on PC RGB. Do it on PC RGB, you'll get way more contrast and your picture will look amazing. So that's common sense, that's what I would do. The good thing is on the PS4 though, if you change it through the HDMI to full, it looks beautiful, it looks amazing. There is more contrast there. Again, it's similar to the PC RGB, but it just looks amazing. If you do that with your consoles with the PC RGB or full on the PS4, it will look amazing. But again, it can never beat the Samsung Odyssey G7, but you are paying twice as much, and the S3220DGF has less of a curve. That might affect your decision. To be honest with you personally, as I've been playing with these monitors more and more, I do like the less curve. I don't like so much the curve on the G7. That's my personal preference. Many of you might like it, many of you might not. I just find it's not a selling point to me. I wish they would have made this a flat monitor. That would have been amazing. Or tone it down just like the S32DGF. You know, maybe a 1500. 1500 is fine, and 1800 is fine. 1000 is kind of pushing it. And you know, this video here is for you to see the differences. You can see the curve in the pictures and in the video, and that's for you to decide if you want that or not. What I want to do is just show you what you can do and what you can achieve with either monitor. They're both beautiful monitors. I love them and I have them for specific reasons. And if this helps you make that decision on to buy it or not to buy it, that's what the video is for. And just so you're aware, many more videos coming with the Alienware AW2720HF, the Samsung Odyssey G7, and the Dell S3220DGF. More retro, more console, more PC, more versus videos coming in the near future to help you in your buying decision. And don't forget to check out my other Samsung Odyssey G7 and Dell S3220DGF playlists so you can see other games, other videos in certain situations to help you in your buying decision. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on those notifications so you never miss out on a future video. I'll see you guys next time.